Ladies, bros, non-binary those. This is your Moonlight King, the man on the moon here with an episode of Moonlight Kingdom Reviews. And we will be reviewing WrestleMania Night 1 in 3, 2, 1, boom. Anywho, let's get it on. Let's get it started in here. Yes, sir. And the bass is running, running, and running, running. With these matches that are coming up in this review. First off, I could say the match that probably had one of the least interesting builds until the end over there. The match between Gunta and Jeyuso. Woo! Man, you would if this was the first time they squared off, it'd be alright, you know. It'd be alright. If this was the first time this two had squared off, it'd be pretty, it'd be interesting because there'd be that tension of, I don't know if Jay can do this, man. We don't know if Gunther can handle the heat Jay bringing, all that fire and energy he got going on. But it is not the first time they've faced off, and this is not the first time they're clashing. We do know how it ends because before this, they'd faced off 2 times previously. They'd faced off on Raw when Gunther was IC champion, and they faced off at Saturday night's main event when he was world champion. So both times Gunther came out on top, so there was really no mystery going into this. We kind of knew what kind of match we were going to get. So, man, I wasn't really buzzed about that until a hero came along with the strength to carry this feud on, man. Jimmy, Mr. No Yeet, Uso himself, came in and, man, he saved the feud. He saved this feud. The dude came in, had a match with Gunther, and got beat bloody. He got beaten to a bloody pulp. It was holy shit. It was bad, man. He was bleeding all over them. Gunther had this huge blood stain on his shoulder and his chest. It was Jimmy's blood. And right then it was like, Jay's serious now. The whole feud shifted gears. Because, now it wasn't just about getting that title. It wasn't just about winning at WrestleMania. It was about getting revenge for his brother. This was the shot in the arm that the feud needed. Man! Thank you, Jimmy. Thank goodness for Jimmy, man. He saved his feud. Anywho, under the match stuff. This is the third time I've seen the Royal Rumble winner open the show at WrestleMania. Rather odd trend that WWE doing, but okay, whatever. They had a match. I'll just say that. That's what I'm just got to say on it. They had a match. It wasn't anything huge until the end when Jay began his finisher spam. Spare, super kick, shit like that. And he started hitting them Uso splashes. I thought, okay, first one didn't get him, but that second one though, oh, that didn't get him. Okay, he'll have to hit him the third time because Gunther's that big of a deal. He's that bad of a dude. You got to hit him 3 times with the finisher to really get that pin down. But no, that wasn't what he go for. He started using Gunther's own moves against him. I don't think it's a great look for the face to use the heel's own moves to get the victory because, it just makes it look like, well, since he had to use Gunther's own moves to get the win, it makes it look like his own moves aren't effective. The super kick, the spear, the splash aren't effective at putting Gunther away. You had to dig into Gunther's bag of tricks to actually put him down. It's just like, well, it makes your moves look ineffective. And if anything, it just makes Gunther's moves look that much better. Like, well, his moveset's so powerful. His moveset is so powerful, it can even put him down. You know? You know what I mean? That's just that's what I felt about it. That's just what I felt watching the match. It wasn't a bad match, just it didn't have anything going for it. It wasn't really I don't know. It's a good match to start the show. It's definitely one of those matches you get out of the way as early as you can. Not that, it was something to get out of the way. It's definitely one of those matches you want to have on the card as early as possible. You don't want to risk something happening before it that has the crowd all up on their feet and ready and pumped up. Then this match happens, and people were happy that Jay won, but they weren't. It wasn't necessarily. They weren't exactly biting their nails and hanging in on every pinfall. They weren't. That wasn't what was happening. So yeah, that was that. Moving on. Yeah, I give it a 6 out of 10, man. The World Heavyweight title bout was a 6 out of 10 for me. Up next, the New Day Sox versus War Raiders for the WWE. Oh, okay. Let me rephrase that. Let me say it properly. Say it how it's supposed to be said. The WWE Tag Team Championships. I wasn't really excited for this, because it happens kind of last minute. Not last minute, but it happened in the last couple of weeks. Yeah, the New Day was. Because I'm just glad the New Day got something to do. They got some forward momentum on their side. That's what I'm glad about. Because, hot damn. Hot damn. The New Day seemed to be treading water for a while. Like, yeah, they turned heel on Big E, and, they didn't seem to be doing nothing. Man, they seemed to be spinning their wheels. I'm glad they actually got a win. I'm glad they got a win. And they needed this huge win. It feels like since they turned heel, they've been spinning their wheels. And now that they got this big win at WrestleMania, they got the belts, they can finally move on to other things. They can finally go forward in the right direction as a heel tag team. Because what kind of team turns heel on their partner and then proceeds to lose matches or get shunned by the locker room and just be treated like less than and do nothing else? It's like, it was rough. Like, what the heck was that, man? You had heels looking down on the damn New Day. I mean, what they did was bad. Throwing Big E out of the New Day, like, yeah, man, that was bullshit. That was some old bullshit right there. That was the saddest. That was one of the saddest segments I've ever seen on Monday Night Raw. The look in his eyes, man. His man looked heartbroken, like with a tear in his eyes. He was looking on as his two best friends, his two brothers for all these years, man. 10 years of the New Day. And these two men were telling him, man, you are the thing that's keeping us down. You gave up on us. Like, you got to go. You better get going, man. Get out of here before we do something we regret. And that's, it was so sad. Like, when Big E was like, he's like, no, it can't end like this, man. Like, don't do this. Like, he was begging and pleading, and they were just like, no, leave. And that was just like heartbreaking. WWE really got me in the feels with that one. Anyway, match 6 out of 10. Anywho, because there was some good spots. I mean, Ivar had some good spots. What was that, Eric? The one with the I almost said the one with the beard. They both got beards. I mean, the one with the beard and hair. Yeah, the one with the beard and hair. He had some good spots in that match. He's surprisingly agile, man. He's like a human, I don't know, a human panda bear or some shit. He's big, he's strong, but surprisingly, mobile, like on his feet. He was rolling with the punches and shit. Yeah. Anywho, moving forward. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. This feud was built on a who ran over Austin type build. And it was well done, but it sort of felt like for a long period, WWE forgot. Like, straight up forgot that, oh yeah, one of our top stars is on the shelf. And there's a mystery surrounding who did it. Oh well, we'll figure it out when the time comes, And like Bianca and Naomi just sort of moved on for a bit. And then randomly, in the lead up to Elimination Chamber, Adam Pearce was like, we've unearthed security footage showing what happened. Yeah, look way over there. You'll see. Liv Morgan and Raquel. Naomi was like, I knew it. I knew it. Damn, I should have known it was Liv in them. And that Elimination Chamber, in the ring, it was Naomi versus Liv Morgan. About to go one-on-one. Naomi about to get that revenge for Jade Cargill. But then Jade Cargill herself shows up. Yeah! What a big surprise. She's coming. Oh, she gonna get that revenge, man. This is bad. Watch out, Liv Morgan. Your ass is grass. And then, bow! Beats the envelope and breaks off of Naomi. Slamming her into the pot and shit. It was glorious to watch. I was watching there like, what the? Why? Why you do this? Why are you doing this? Naomi stepped up and helped Belair and filled in for you all this time. Why would you do this? An idea floated in my mind. I'm thinking the reason like, Bianca Belair's watching this and wigging out and shit. And the reason Jade Cargill's doing this is because what if Jade Cargill was, I didn't, everyone was like, Jade Cargill was taking up on Naomi. It's clear Jade Cargill was taking up on Naomi. I'm thinking, what if Bianca Belair was the one who took out Jade Cargill so she could replace her with Naomi? And what, Jade Cargill's doing now is beating up Naomi to say, like, this is your fault. You did this. Look what I'm going to do when I get my hands on you, and taking it out on her. Like, that's what I thought. But that's not the case. The case was, Naomi pulled the old, it's me, Austin, it was me all along. Only in this case, it was me, Cargill, it was me all along. She's telling Bianca Belair, I did it for us. Yeah, I did it for us. Like, that's what I was helping you. The whole time. I didn't do this for me. I did this for you. It's like, try to some proper gaslighting shit. And the acting, I don't know what's been going on with WWE, but their performances have been great. Their performances have been top notch, I'll say. Woo! Definitely deserving of some accolades, man. I mean, not quite Oscar, but maybe a Saturn Award or one of those, I don't know, man, that one that's the gold mask, or that one that's maybe a Golden Globe, a primetime Emmy at least, because it's Monday Night Raw. It is primetime. Like, they could get a primetime Emmy at least, man, for some of these. You got to. You give telenovelas award, you'll give WWE an award. I mean, they got some telenovela stories all on their own. They deserve that shine too. An SP at best. Or at the very least, an SP. But I don't know. Anywho, going back to it. The match. Oh, wait, before I get to the match, their promo packages were great. The whole proceed with caution thing that they had Naomi saying out here. Like, what the why? It was like, you had them doing the dueling promo thing. It was like, Jade Cargill was like, there's a storm coming. And then everyone was like, proceed with caution. It's like, what? Proceed with caution. Not only that, but she came out with an outfit made of caution tape. It was like, they got Naomi coming out. Someone said they got Naomi out here looking like a stop sign. No, stop sign. She got out looking like a caution sign. Like, what the heck, man? You had this woman come out wearing caution tape like it's a huge freaking like tassels, yeah, but tassels made of caution tape. Like, what the hell? What? Why you do this? And I know, yeah, her previous catchphrase was "Feel the glow," and that really feels more like something a babyface would say. So it doesn't make sense for her to say "Feel the glow." But man, making her just making her new catchphrase proceed with caution. That's hard to work. That's gonna be hard to work into a promo. I'm just saying that's gonna be very hard to work into a promo. That line, proceed with caution. Like, just nah. I don't think so. I don't see that working out, man. I don't see that working out for the long run. They'll figure something out. They'll workshop something else. They will find a way. They will give Naomi something other material, because guess what, folks? Naomi deserves better. Hashtag Naomi deserves better. And indeed she does. She deserved. I don't believe in deserves, but damn it, she's earned it. She wants it, and she's gonna get it. My God, you better believe that. Back into it. Well, Cargill over the match. That was a good match. There was that one moment where she seemed to reverse a move from Naomi into a jackhammer, and that was pretty cool. Just the moment with there were moments throughout the match where it felt like she was really just putting the boots to Naomi, but Cargill really got to show off how strong she was. She got to show off how good she was, and she hits that pump kick, and it's beautiful. You look like you got stomped in midair. She was like, she's trying to kick you away. She looks like she's trying to put her foot on your chest and then plant you down right onto the dirt like a bug or something. It was beautiful. And Naomi sold she sold amazingly. I'll give her that much. She would use more of the speed and springboard maneuvers and quick in and out type fight type tactics to get one over on Cargill. Sneaky maneuvers and all that. Smart as the heel, you would use that against an enemy that's stronger than you and taller than you. So you would try to avoid the reach and all that. And, essentially out be quicker. Yeah, try to be quicker of the two because she's the strong of the two and she's got that reach. But you got to be faster of the two, and Naomi really did that. So yeah, Carl got the win over Naomi by hitting the Jaded, and for her singles debut at WrestleMania, she got that victory. Well earned victory and a pretty solid match. I give it a 7 out of 10. Moving on to L.A. Okay, no, that ain't right. It's moving on to the megastar L.A. Knight. Yeah, with the U.S. title on the line against jacobfatu. Ooh, baby. We got us a match out here. Before I get to the 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. The entrances at the beginning, man. They got started. LA Knight came out in a Maserati. Jacob Fatu came out with a werewolf style mask. It's pretty cool. Both sides really leaning into their characters. Jacob Fatu leaning into the werewolf, the Samoan werewolf title he has. LA Knight leaning into the megastar label that he has. It was glorious, to see these two great characters really hone in who they are, figure it out to its fullest degree, and then put that on in every ounce of their presentation, from their gear to their moveset to their entrances. Yeah, it's all lining up. It's all coming up days for the guys. L.A. Knight, yeah, and Jacob Fatu. Oh yeah, it is certainly so. Back to talking about oh man, LA Knight and Jacob Fatu. Oof. It was this oh yeah. In itself, there were the moments in the match where it seemed like the underdog. Underdog was clearly LA Knight, and the big dog in this case was clearly Jacob Fatu. It seemed like they were dueling chants during this, like let's go Fatu, LA Knight. Let's go Fatu, LA Knight. Things like that. That's definitely something that was noted. That was something I noted. Let me say that. I took a look at that and I noted it. Like, oh yeah, this does happen. The crowd is clearly split. Either man could win right now and the crowd would be okay with that. But a large majority of the crowd do want to see, of all things, they want to see a decisive winner between these two. Someone come out on top. And no more shoddy matches at WrestleMania, okay? We don't want to repeat WrestleMania 9 here. So yeah. They were dueling chants of Let's Go Fatu and LA Knight in the crowd before when Fatu had picked him. For a moment, for a moonsault. And okay, he went for a moonsault and LA Knight caught Jacob Fatu. Yeah, he caught that guy red-handed. Like, he caught him in midair with a BFT. And that was so beautiful. It's like, yeah, you could end that right there and that would have been it. That would have been a perfect soliloquy, man. That would have closed the chapter on that. Just hit him with the BFT right out of midair, get a real cool moment, and then dip. That could have been it, but nah, he had to put on a little something else. And that's what ultimately allowed Christian to get off unscathed. But, he was victorious in this matchup, goes out with his hand raised, does good while carrying the cross, watches on in silent fury. The up next matchup was Great Americano versus Reyfenix. Oh, yeah. There we go, folks. This is it. The story of Phoenix, I think his name is. So, Great Americano versus Reyfenix. I'd give that a 6 out of 10. Up next to Jacob was Nacho Libre. Because, not that any major, it's just that, well, Nacho Libre over here is guessing the vases of vaporizing and bubbling beneath the surface. Let me just say that, yeah. Oh man, that PFT in midair was so close that he got it out of my head that Joe was dying in this one. I genuinely believe, like, oh man, like he's gonna be a car. Next thing, oh, it's the other members of the Walking Dead. They've come and rescue him. That's cool. That would be absolutely awesome. Sure would have been. But we don't live in that world, in the world of The Walking Dead. No, we got the shows we got now. We got the matches we got now. We got the opponents we got now. You know, Nacho Libre versus Lucha Libre. We see the video, the announcer, and all that says El Grande Americano is actually from the Gulf of America. Yeah, and the commentary corrects her, saying actually he stated in previous interview that he's actually from the Gulf of, the Gulf of Mexico. And WWE received backlash for significant time from refusing to keep the name. This was originally supposed to be Mysterio versus Reyfenix at WrestleMania, but I'm guessing that after they signed Jim Henry, it doesn't say anything. So yeah, that was, which is very weird because Reyfenix being in this feud, that's kind of weird because this feud initially started with American Made beefing with the LWO. So to have Rey Mysterio here kind of stands out. It's like, wait a minute, why are you here? You were never an NWO. You were never even for life. It's like, bro, for life, you don't get it, man. I draw. That's what dude's trying to say. Like, I draw. That's what I do for life. That's what everyone had on their plate today. Anyway, going back before that, not before that, going on after that. Apparently, this match, between Ray and in front of the WrestleMania crowd was once pitched to be Grande versus Rey Mysterio, and they needed Reyfenix. A match went in from here, even though the feud was supposed to end with Gale getting one over, unlike the Mask and nailing a final headbutt. That's just saying something, with this movie. Is like this violence is definitely toned down. It's brought up to cartoonish levels, but it's definitely toned down. What a what a WrestleMania so far. Moving on. Shoot, the match itself, it was supposed to be Ray, but I guess after Reyfenix, I guess it was supposed to be Rey Mysterio, but I guess after Reyfenix signed with WWE, they needed to give him something to do. They needed to put him on the big stage, so they swapped out Rey Mysterio, and they swapped in Reyfenix. But now there's people outside saying, "Man, this was Dragon Lee's year. He could have swapped in for Ray. He's with LWO. He's got history with American Made. He could have worked with, you know, Chad Gable instead because he's got all this going on. He's already been here, and he could really use a big win. He's kind of, I just gotta say this: stop trying to make Dragon Lee happen and Wesley. Stop trying to make those motherfuckers happen. It's not gonna happen. Leave them alone. All right, just let them be mid card guys, upper mid card guys. Stop trying to push them into the main event. Stop trying to shunt those people into the main event. It is not going to work. Oh yeah. Anywho, Chad Gable gets the win after a steel headbutt and a flying headbutt with a little piece of steel under it attached to his forehead. He used it to help him cheat. I noticed it the first time. I was like, wait, what? Are you actually gonna? Oh, damn. That sure is a riot end of itself.
This is not a dream.
Vikingo was there. I mean, El Grande Americano got the. For fuck's sake, man. El Grande Americano gets the win. And of all things, in the aftermath, I'm surprised, Reyfenix didn't get the win at WrestleMania. I mean, all right, I get it, but like Vikingo was there, hopped the barricade and went to help Phoenix. I mean, interesting. AEW guy was at WrestleMania. I don't know if he's still an AEW guy. They really tried to make the guy. I mean, but he showed up at WrestleMania, and maybe he went back to AAA, and now that AAA has been bought by WWE, they they're he's gonna show up. Who knows? I mean, I don't know what's happening. But that it happened. It happened. Grande Americano happened. So yeah, that's the thing. Anywho, Grande Americano, man. El Grande Americano with that damn steel plate hidden in his fucking helmet. Blink! Got him right in the. And then got that headbutt. Blah! For the 1, 2, 3. Man, I give that a 6 out of 10, I say. Yeah, that's about a 6 out of 10 in my opinion. Onward and upward. To greater glory, baby. It's Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. Oh yeah. Oof, this match off the gate. With this feud, it initially seemed like they were positioning Charlotte Flair as the face and Stratton as the heel, but then they both started cutting heel promos on each other, and and Stratton ended up getting cheered even though she was still the heel. Well, she was still both heels, and WWE seriously underestimated how much people didn't like Charlotte Flair, even the last time she was there. Like goddamn, it's definitely it's definitely a weird thing this feud was. This feud was definitely a rather interesting one, a weird one to say the least, you know, because she came into the Rumble, she got that spot that could have gone to someone else, and it's not the first time she's won a Rumble, and like this is like the second time she's won. It's just this thing, man. It could have gone this spot, could have gone to someone else they wanted. And a lot of the stuff they said in these promos, the personal stuff about marriages, relationships, and shit, that stuff wasn't even fucking thing. It wasn't even in the package. Ludwig Kaiser, man, that guy, I swear that guy, first man in history to be accused of cheating and have no one believed that he actually did it. Because, goddamn, look at the woman he's accused of cheating with. And then look at the woman he's accused of cheating on. The defense rests, Your Honor. This man is innocent by way of common sense. No disrespect to Charlotte Flair, but nah. Anywho, back to the match itself. Okay, the entrances. Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton had this entrance where there were these three big cases, looked like Barbie doll packets, and there were these three different Tiffany Strattons doing motions in them. And she came out of the middle one. It was beautiful. These beautiful pink cases, and she came out in this pink and silver gear, like she's basically a live action WWE Barbie doll. Like it was beautiful. Apparently, she pitched that entrance way back when she was in NXT 2.0. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta hold on to ideas and save them for the grandest stage. Because yeah, you could have pulled that on NXT, but we'd have forgotten about it by now. So yeah, just hang on to that cool idea and hang on to something for your grand entrance at WrestleMania. Triple H was right. He was talking to this guy, Jesus, and Jesus had an idea to spruce up his ring attire, have come out with new gear on. And Triple H told him to save it for WrestleMania. Save it for when you get that big entrance, because if anybody knows about big entrances, it's Triple H, the man himself, WWE's resident Conan slash Terminator slash Mad Max slash big tricycle he be riding in on, like whatever. I swear if he was still wrestling nowadays, he'd come out looking like one of the Vandals. It's just, yeah. That movie with Tom Hardy and Austin Butler. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes, Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton. So, Barbie dolls, pink and silver gear. On the other hand, Charlotte Flair comes out in pink and blue gear. She emerges from this Rolls Royce that strolls up onto the stage, looking like bubblegum or a bottle of Gaviscon. Anywho, yeah, I saw on Twitter people were saying Charlotte Flair showed up to WrestleMania looking like a big old bottle of Pepto Bismol. Anywho, they showed Charlotte Flair's title reigns on a graphic as she was walking down the ramp, which made no sense because these title reigns were inaccurate. Yes, she's a multiple-time WWE Women's Champion, but these were the wrong belts. The belts, you see, the graphic showed the current version of the NXT Women's title and the Women's World title and the WWE Women's titles, which showed that she won those titles multiple times, which is false. That's false. Those belts didn't exist when she was doing her thing. So when she was winning titles, those belts weren't a thing. She never held the current version of the NXT title. And I get it. I can kind of understand that. You want to use the most recent graphics so people understand, like, yeah, she held the NXT Women's title, and here's what that belt looks like now. But hot damn, bro. Yeah, you want to show how she's had numerous title reigns, just like, oh man, yeah, you want to stress that. You wouldn't want to showcase that by showing all the different titles, but show the title she actually won. Don't show the recent belts because she held SmackDown and Raw women's titles, not WWE and World titles, okay? Those are not the right belts. Damn. You can't just mesh those into the WWE and world title reigns, okay? These are new belts with their own new lineage, and they have different fucking names. Yes, when the people who first held those belts, their title reigns that they had carried over, but everyone else's title reigns don't do that. Shit, because those people were named champion, all right? Of course, the title reigns they already had carried over onto those belts. Shit, everyone else starts at zero. Granted, she still has all those previous title reigns, but it's for those belts. Damn. Anywho, what was I saying? Oh, okay. As the match goes on, it wasn't much going on except, it was a pretty solid match. I'd give it that much. That's why I gave it an 8 out of 10. I rated so highly because it was a pretty good match. And it was a point of note is that Charlotte Flair took a page out of the Stephanie Vaquer book. And she does the devil's kiss, just ramming Tiffany Stratton's head into the mat. Man, if only Booker T was here, he'd call that shit out then and there. But yeah, Stephanie Vaquer had some stuff to say on that. It's on Twitter. You can check it out. And back to that. It seems there were moments in these match, and I like this. There were moments in this match where it seemed like Charlotte Flair was essentially bullying Tiffany Stratton, like kind of what was happening in the lead up to this match. It kind of showed a lot of what was happening in the build. It's just like Charlotte Flair was basically bullying Tiffany Stratton for viewing her. She was viewing her like a rookie, basically. It was like, I'm just putting the rookie through the paces here. Like you ain't shit. This all ain't shit. You ain't up here compared to me. Like we are not on the same level in any way, shape, or form. You can't match up to me. So I'm gonna treat you like you can't match up to me. I'm gonna treat you like a less than. It's just she got more frustrated trying to put her away in this matchup. And Stratton went for her previous moonsault, but Charlotte got her knees up. This had the downside because she got the knees up, but she has this knee brace on. So when she blocked with the knees, it stopped the moonsault, but it also caused damage to her legs. So it's consequences, actions and consequences. Nice, continuity there. Continuity win for the big dub, not the big W or big win, but the big dub is in the WWE. Moving on from that. Yeah, Tiffany Stratton fought back, and you can kind of see the exhaustion in this fight back, but she fights back and has just enough energy to hit a rolling senton and followed up with the world's prettiest moonsaults. I liked how Tiffany Stratton won clean in this matchup. She got that. There was a moment there that was kind of clunky as the fight back was happening, where it seemed like Tiffany was trying to do something, but Charlotte wasn't in position. Then Charlotte tried to do something, but it was like I don't know if I could explain it. It's like in the video game when you both try to grapple at the same time and y'all are tussling trying to figure out what to do, but neither one of you presses a button, so the two avatars just sort of let go. Yeah, it was kind of like that, but it was one little clunky moment. It wasn't a botch. It was just like a little bit of clunk. We got to running smoothly again immediately afterwards. Tiffany won clean, no shenanigans, no sneaky tactics or any of that. It was, it was a real Dolph Ziggler-like performance in that she got beat up for most of the match. She sold and bumped like crazy for Charlotte's offense before fighting back from underneath to get the win, Not quite Dolph Ziggler Survivor Series type stuff, but, a typical Dolph Ziggler type match, in terms of quality, it was right there, it was real good. It was awesome. It was exactly what Tiffany Stratton needed to properly cement that title reign. Because, it was, there's always going to be that argument because she won with the Money in the Bank briefcase. There's always going to be that argument that, you kind of took a fast track to win. You didn't really beat the champion. You waited till they were all beat up and then you cashed in on them. Your title reign's kind of jokey until you come up against a real test in the form of Charlotte Flair. And when Tiffany Stratton got that victory at WrestleMania, that was that cementing of it all. That was that, you see, I can win when it counts. I don't need sneak tactics. I don't need the briefcase. I can win when it counts big. I can beat seemingly big name opponents. I am what I say I am. So yeah. And oof. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event. It is CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins in the main event of WrestleMania. We got Living Color live and in living color in the main event of WrestleMania, y'all, as CM Punk made his entrance. Oh, this was beautiful, man. I was bobbing my head up and down the whole damn time listening to that song. It was so surreal. Last time they were there was WrestleMania 29, and he was going up to face The Undertaker in a match that should have been the main event. Now he's on his way to face the Tribal Chief and the Visionary Seth Rollins in match that is the main event. Hell fucking yeah. This fucking yeehaw. I don't ordinarily yeehaw, but this is a damn yeehaw moment. Fucking Christmas. Shit. Oh, this is beautiful. This is something we once thought would never happen, given everything that went down back in 2014. Everything that went down after that. The stuff that was said by WWE. The stuff that was done by, with lawsuits and Dr. Aman and everything with AEW. It just seemed like him getting this main event was unlikely. And just to see it finally play out as it is now is just so fucking awesome. Ah, dude. Seeing Living Color playing this shit live, serenading him as he made his way down to the ring, Paul Heyman by his side, even when he went down on his knees to do the thing, check the watch, then Paul Heyman swoops in with the arm and hits the It's Clobbering Time! Shit. That got me, man. That got me. It felt so damn good. Felt so good watching that. Oh. But yeah, into the match itself. I mean, before we get to the match, Seth Rollins came down with a flamethrower all dressed in black, and I'm like, I remember when The Rock came down with a flamethrower. Yeah, he actually burned shit. He burned the giant words, The Rock. It looked cool. That was a cool entrance with a flamethrower. Seth Rollins looked good, too, when he took off the black to reveal he was wearing all white gear, That was some nice shit. Roman Reigns came out. His gear was black and white. He had like white Air Jordans. His, wrist gauntlet was black with white highlights. And his glove was black and white. And he looked good, man. He looked real clean, man, with that black and white gear on. Trading out the black and red for black and white. Punk broke up this theme because he had the yellow and black, the trunks and kick pads that he wore when he fought Triple H, Money in the Bank. Not Money in the Bank. What's this? Night of Champions? Yeah. He fought Triple H, Night of Champions. He had that ice cream bar shirt. CM Punk ice cream bar shirt. Where are the CM Punk ice cream bars? We got CM Punk in the main event of WrestleMania. Can we get some CM Punk ice cream bars now? Is that too much to ask? I mean, come on. It would be so cool. Get some CM Punk ice cream bars. Maybe vanilla ice cream, get a caramel coating, something like that. Shoot, it'd be nice. Maybe partner up with like Olay or something. Damn, WWE, get on it. All these sponsors you got, not one of them are ice cream. Anywho, the match. Oh yeah, the match. So the crowd chants for Roman Reigns to the theme of the song Daddy Cool. They're like, Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns. Kind of like how they did for Cody Rhodes. I think it was in London, or I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, might have been London. So Rollins and Punk, the match starts. Punk rolls to the outside and he buddies up with his advocate Paul Heyman, and Roman Reigns is like, he's shook. He doesn't know what to think. He doesn't know what to do in this situation. This is the first WrestleMania in literal years where he's walked in without his wise man. And he even he doesn't know who to hand the Ulafala to, so he just puts it on the ground. That's the thing, because normally he would trust it to the wise man, but the wise man turned his back on him, so it's like, damn, I have no one to turn to now. He's truly on his own. The island of relevancy is now a lonely place where it's just him. He's the head of the table, but the table is now empty. Damn. Anyway, the match gets on. Roman Reigns gets taken out of commission for a bit early on. This happens in triple threat matches. One person gets taken out and two guys are left brawling amongst themselves, and they interchange the participants now and then. Punk and Rollins are brawling on the outside. They're using chairs, they're using trash cans. Eventually, they brawl back to the ringside area, and Roman Reigns just launches himself over the barricade onto the top of them, wiping them both out. Oh, it was great. Yeah, that was a hell of a moment. The prime hydration station gets destroyed cliche happens as Reigns just slams Punk and Rollins into that prime and even uses the giant prime bottle to attack Seth Rollins. So after that, Reigns goes for the Superman punch, but Punk manages to reverse into a swinging neck breaker. Afterwards, he hits this inverted DDT slash, regular DDT combo on both Reigns and Rollins. Page out of 2013, I think, when he was fighting the Shield 3-on-1. And then, Punk nails the LOD's Doomsday device on Rollins. And as he gets up from that, Reigns hits him with his Superman punch. Then Punk manages to get in an Anaconda device, locks in on Reigns, and seems like he might get it, but Rollins breaks it up by hitting a frog splash. Shades of WrestleMania 34. WrestleMania 34's IC title match. He reverses a spear attempt by Roman into a pedigree before following up with a stomp. And later in the match, it seemed like Punk might get the win, but there was a moment, man. There was a moment. Ooh. There was a moment where it seemed like Rollins and Punk were going to do a shield power. Rollins and Roman were going to do a shield powerbomb on Punk. He even got off, Rollins was waiting by the announce desk with Punk. He got him in his grip. And then Roman Reigns got all fired up like he would back in there, like, whoa, get him up. And we're like, oh shit, they're going to do a shield powerbomb. But then, pow. He sucker punched him right in the face before powerbombing Punk in his own. And that powerbomb looked nasty, man. That was brutal. You could just hear that table implode from that impact. And that looked like it hurt because it didn't break like a normal table. I mean, it broke wrong. Let me just say that. This announce table broke wrong. It looked like it wasn't supposed to break, but he hit it so hard it broke anyway. They said, yeah, he broke, the commentary was like, he broke the reinforced commentary desk, these brand new tables. So I'm like, oh, shoot, these tables are brand new. That means they're not gimmicked. They're not, oh, damn, he really put his ass through a table. And then he hit another one on Rollins, man. Oof. That was a weird split second of pause between him hitting the table and that table breaking. So, man, that table breaking is supposed to cushion your fall as you go down. If you hit that table and bounce, poof, that table doesn't break. All that impact is absorbed on that hit. And then you got to deal with the impact of you hitting the floor after the table does collapse. But yeah. Get back into the matchup. Punk reverses a guillotine choke into a pinfall attempt. I wrote pinball there by mistake. And he reverses that into an Anaconda device before he gets interrupted by Rollins, who locks him into a sharpshooter. And then Punk hits a stomp on Reigns before nailing Rollins with a GTS for a close 2 count. That really had me. I thought, this is it. Rollins just got taken out of commission. Reigns just got hit with another GTS. This is it. This is how the match ends. Oh, no. This is cool. But then there was a moment where Reigns and then Punk were both in 2 corners of the ring and Paul Heyman was in the middle. He grabs a chair and you think he might just slide it over to Roman Reigns because he's done this before. He's been in this situation before where he slid the chair and then Roman got it. But now he hands the chair to CM Punk and he's like, he's doing I'm sorry, and you think, because you think it's gonna go one way, then you think it's going another way, and then they're like, oh, this ending is so damn awesome. This ending of this night, these last few moments of this matchup were awesome. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, so he's standing there. He gets in the ring after giving Punk the chair, and Punk stands up. He's got the chair in the hand, but then boom. Punk gets low blowed by Paul Heyman. He gets low blowed by Paul Heyman, and as Punk falls and Roman gets the chair, you get this look on Roman's face. When Heyman handed Roman that chair, you saw the look on Roman Reigns' face. That shit was priceless. He let out this big ass smile. He got those pearly whites out for all to see, and he was like, you just tell ha ha ha, I knew it. I knew the wise man wouldn't leave me. I knew he would come back eventually. I should have known. He gets up and he has the chair in hand, like he thought his wise man was back into the fold. He's like, I knew you'd never really leave me. And Paul Heyman was doing the whole, I love you, my tribal chief. Like, I acknowledge you, my tribal chief. Shit like that. It was, it's something. And then you got, oh, he thought his wise man was back in the fold, back on the island of relevancy, right alongside him, head of the table. Michael Cole with the call of the night yells out, Paul Heyman, you son of a bitch! When Heyman turns on Reigns and helps Rollins get the win, hands him the chair, because it was perfect. The setup, you saw Rollins struggling to get up, and he was positioned just like Roman was when Seth Rollins turned on the Shield, and this time Roman had the chair. You think, finally, he's going to get some, retribution for that night. He's going to win this way. He's going to get this win on all of them. That's what I was thinking. I thought in this matchup, yeah, CM Punk gets his main event moment. He might win, but what really it seemed most likely that Roman Reigns, of all people, was going to get the victory. That Roman Reigns was the guy who was gonna smash them, he was gonna stack them and pin them 1, 2, 3, because he's been in that situation before, and by God, he's come out on top that time. What's to stop him from coming out on top now? It's just made the most sense to me. But it's not what happened. Michael Cole with another call says 10 years ago, Seth Rollins sold his soul to the Authority. 10 years later, he sold it to Paul Heyman. Some brilliant commentary right there. But really, from my perspective, it's more a case like Seth Rollins didn't sell out to Paul Heyman. It was Paul Heyman who sold out to Seth Rollins. And the show ends. He gets the win. 1, 2, 3. The show ends with Seth Rollins standing tall on top of the stage. Paul Heyman by his side as Reigns and Punk look on, defeated in the middle of the ring. In a bit of a post-credits scene, after Roman leaves the ring, we see CM Punk in the center of the ring by himself as his music plays. The man may not have won that match, but he finally got his WrestleMania moment in the main event in front of tens of thousands of people. CM Punk got to hear Cult of Personality close the show at WrestleMania. A true blue WrestleMania moment. Hot damn, man! This is the shit, man. It's this stuff. This is one of the reasons we love this. This is one of the reasons we tune in to this show. I mean, it's for moments like these, boyhood dreams coming true, goals and aspirations being realized, so many heartstrings being pulled, excitement, levels of excitement you previously didn't know of being reached, just dizzying heights and, just all the lowest lows that you can be pulled out from by a last minute save, just, I don't know, a surprise roll up, finisher out of nowhere. It's shit like this. That's why people love wrestling, man. They love pro wrestling. It's why we love WrestleMania. It's why we tune in. This is the shit. These moments. WWE is great at a lot of things. So one of the things they do better than anybody else, moments. They are the kings of doing WrestleMania moments. And this was, that moment. It's just its own way, perfect. Goddamn beautiful even. Yeah. Folks, this has been another episode of Moonlight Kingdom Reviews. I've been your host, the Moonlight King himself, man on the moon, here. And yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all them nice things. And I'm out of here, folks. We are who we are. No point arguing with yourself or anyone else about it. The biggest dreams still come true. If you fight for your dreams, they fight for you. Street light flickers, shadows dance. Reel to reel spinning, lost in a trance. The
on nights where stories ignite. The 80s magic fills the sky bright. Blockbuster dreams on silver screens. Heroes and journeys wild in between. Tall tales told, bold colors that gleam. Fantasies built on an endless dream. Popcorn air, sunsets on the bay. Dial tones hum as the VHS plays. Tape rewind, frames stick in my brain. Freeze frame forever, old movies remain. Blockbuster dreams on silver screens. Heroes and journeys wild in between. Tall tales told, bold colors that gleam. Fantasies built on an endless dream. We run to adventures, feel the thrill. Synth line heartbeats, moments that kill.